Hey guys, welcome back to Boots and Bows Outdoors. Jimmy
And
with
Millie?
And we have gotten some sage. We got some seeds in from Victory Seeds. They are a small outfit that has a lot of seeds that are heirloom, basically. I'm trying to go with some heirlooms, save some seeds, so I can replant the stuff next year, especially if it's stuff I like. And if I can't save the seeds, I'll buy more from them. No big deal. So we just kind of wanted to go through with y'all on the seeds we got for this fall. Some of them we won't plant again. We won't plant until spring, actually, but a lot of these we'll plant in the fall. And tell you a little bit about what we got, maybe why we got some. Some I just picked them out because it looked good and they got good reviews on the website. And so it's a Victory Seed Company is where we got these.
And tell everybody what zone we're in.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're in zone 9B. So we have a pretty long growing season. We can actually grow through about 3 seasons. Usually January and February, and the March, might be a little cold for some things. But usually up until December. I mean, I remember wearing shorts at Christmas here. So we stay.
But we've also had snow at Christmas too.
And yeah, we have had snow at Christmas.
Once in my lifetime.
Once?
But
I thought
once.
we had twice. Just
Nope,
once at
just
Christmas?
once, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so weather here is a little crazy, and then of course you have to contend with hurricanes and tropical storms, which, we just had Hurricane Laura hit in Lake Charles, and had a friend of mine that had his house pretty messed up bad with that. So
And we hardly saw anything.
yeah.
Nothing here.
No.
Which was great. That was a godsend.
Yeah, for us. Unfortunately.
Now, not only are we in zone 9B, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, but we also are planning several different ways. We have container gardens that we are using outside that we started this year. This is really our first year trying to plant. Here, yeah. So we have some container gardens. We tried the self-wicking tubs, and I think they work just as well as the regular containers, but I don't know. We also are planning to put in some raised beds in the backyard. We have not tried that yet. And we also put some of our plants up at the Mississippi Ponderosa, which is some family land up in Mississippi. So we have a couple of different planting techniques, and some of these seeds are slated for here, and some are slated for there, and some are slated for containers.
And some are for both.
And some are for both. So
Right.
Jim has it in his head where everything is going to go, and I just follow along.
Okay, we'll start off with the simple ones. Lettuce. We both love salad and prefer leaf lettuce for our salad instead of the head lettuce. So I've got 3. One I'm familiar with is the black-seeded Simpson. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. And this lettuce has been around for a gazillion years. Really grows well. Hopefully it'll grow well for us. I planted it one time, but the slugs and snails snacked on it before I could actually get to it, and they ate it down to nothing. So I'll have to figure out a way to keep them out there. I got this Lolo Rosso lettuce, which just looked good. It's a medium harvest lettuce. The black-seeded Simpson's about a 45-day harvest. This is 50 to 70 days. And then I got this prize head, which is a leaf type lettuce, although it has head in the name. Okay. And it is a 55-day lettuce. So hopefully planting them and spacing it out, we'll have enough lettuce to carry through, if I can keep the slugs and snails off of it, and not to mention the squirrels and the birds and everything else.
And the raccoons and the possums.
And the raccoons and the possums. Yeah, you would think living in the suburbs that would not be a problem.
Big problem.
Yeah, they're
We
here.
had more problems out here in the city garden and suburb garden than we did in the Mississippi garden. So
Yeah. So
go figure.
who knows? The main problem we have with lettuce here, especially leaf lettuce, is the fact that it's hot. It's unbelievably hot here, and they have a tendency to bolt on you. So I'm going to plant these kind of in an area where it gets some partial shade, but it'll still get some sunlight, and hopefully it'll be cool enough with the shade, and we have hopefully have some cooler weather. For us, cool is 80 degrees. So hopefully we get some cooler weather in that'll let these go. On to our tomatoes.
And we're going to plant tomatoes in the fall?
We're going to plant, yeah, we're going to try. I want to give it a shot, just to see what we can do with it.
Okay.
We got a bunch of seeds, so we'll have enough seeds to do fall and to do spring.
Okay.
So we are going to try this guy, the Golden Nugget. Basically it's a yellow cherry tomato, golden colored, globular 1-inch cherry type fruits.
And do you eat cherry
I
tomatoes?
love cherry tomatoes. I would eat them off the plant.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Question. Oh my goodness. 37 years. She still doesn't.
Yep.
Anyway, so this was actually bred by a professor at Oregon State University. So it's specifically suited for the Maritime Northeast. Maritime Northwest, I'm sorry. The reason I thought this might do well here, and we'll plant these out.
Because we're not north or west.
No, we're not. We're southeast, and central southeast, really. But what I wanted to do is I figured these would grow well when the weather gets cooler.
Okay.
And it gets wetter here when it gets cooler, usually.
Usually.
So,
Okay.
And that's kind of northwest. Plus, I like yellow cherry tomatoes.
Okay.
Cool looking. And I got these creatively named black cherry because they're cherry tomatoes.
Orange.
No. They're purple. They're purple, like the Cherokee purple tomatoes.
So why aren't they called purple cherry?
Because they don't call them that; they call them black.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't ask.
Okay. Maybe black combined with cherry makes purple.
Maybe so. But it's supposed to have the dark purplish coloring of Cherokee purple. It says on the pack, and the flavor is wonderful, very rich and sweet. So it was. Plus, I just thought it would be cool to have a really dark colored cherry tomato.
Okay.
And if it's got that, kind of a smoky flavor to it, it's good. This is one that I've been told about. I've never grown this tomato. It is an heirloom. All of these are heirloom, by the way. But this particular one is called Radiator Charlie's Mortgage Lifter. It's an indeterminate tomato, meaning it's going to grow in a tall vine, not small ones. And these are very large, pink beefsteak type tomatoes. And I actually have a guy that I know that told me, he said, man, somebody gave me a mortgage lifted tomato, and it was the best one I had ever eaten in my life. And I've heard rave reviews from other people about mortgage lifters, and I like tomatoes. I love to eat them fresh. And this one, the reason it's called mortgage lifter is because a guy by the name of MC Biles, I hope I pronounced that right, it's B-Y-L-E-S, in the 40s actually grew enough of the plants for this tomato over a course of, I forget how many years, I'm going to say in the area of 5, that he was actually able to pay off the mortgage on his place by selling these plants at the farmer's market.
Wow.
So
that would be great, because then we could, finish out the Chapman up in Mississippi.
Yeah, we can get
The tiny
these.
house.
If these taste as good as I think, we'll bring some and bring some plants and see. Here, buy some. But, they called him Radiator Charlie. I'm going to assume he had a car shop. He worked on radiators.
Maybe so.
Don't know. This one, I don't care what it tastes like, what it does. This is called the Jimmy Joe. And
And Frank, why do you want a Jimmy Joe?
I had an aunt that this was her nickname for me. In fact, everybody pretty much, you know, in that group, in that family group, that's what they call me, Jimmy Joe. And I saw this and it was like, gotta have it. You know, this 6 to 20 ounce, you know, flat. And I really, again, I don't care what they taste like. This is just my Aunt Benita. That's her.
All right.
Carrots. We tried growing carrots.
We grew carrots. We had five.
Oh,
Five carrots. Yeah, I ate 4 out of the 5. And
grandson ate, chewed up one.
My grandson chewed on one. So
our grandson, by the way.
Our grandson.
Yeah.
So
Please claim it, everything.
I do, because you know, if it wouldn't be for me. So we had 5 carrots. We have never grown carrots before. I thought that was a success. Again, we were fighting. I don't know if the slugs were going after the carrots.
I don't know.
But the squirrels, the birds, the raccoons, and the possums are
if we
all.
lived a little closer to the woods, probably deer would have come out and eaten them.
Everything was eating all of our stuff this year. So the fact that we had 5 carrots, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, I think, you know, part of the thing too is one of the containers we had planted in
Was shallow.
was shallow.
Yeah.
And I think that may have been a problem. The dog is barking. He believes somebody's at the door and there's nobody there. He's losing his mind. So this one here is called Little Fingers. And it looked like it was a, you know, kind of a smaller carrot. Didn't have to go as deep. I'm going to take one of the bins and I'm going to amend it with a lot of peat moss to make the soil fluffier and lighter, so that they can grow through, so that we don't end up with, you know, either carrots not growing or you end up with a bulb that's a carrot instead of an actual carrot.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and you'd be fine with it anyway.
I just eat it the way it is. It doesn't matter.
All right, on to the brassicas. That's the genius that these are in. If you know anything about brassicas, here's an interesting side note. Being a science teacher, here comes the science. Get ready for it. She loves this.
All right, here we go.
All brassicas, cabbage, broccoli, kale, kohlrabi, cauliflower, were bred from the wild mustard plant. Mustard? How does mustard get to be a cabbage? The same thing way any of this stuff got to be what it is. Years of selective breeding. Okay? You know, I kind of take issue with the GMO thing. Injecting or changing the genus, not the genus, but the genome, the actual genes of the plant to make something else, you know, in a lab. And I'm not going to say it's wrong, it's just not real anything I go for. But selective breeding we've been doing for a gazillion years. That's why we're humans. You know, we got to be Homo sapien.
Okay, so let's get to our
okay, but anyway,
broccoli.
back onto the brassicas. Nonetheless, broccoli.
I like broccoli.
I like broccoli too.
I like it cooked. I
I
don't
like-
care for it raw, but I like it cooked.
I don't mind the spears raw, just the spears, but when you get down to the stalk, the stem, it kind of. I like them cooked with cheese on top. He likes them just cooked with salt and pepper. I selected 2 types just because, well, one, they have two different harvest dates, and 2, just to see if one worked better here than the other one. The Waltham 29, which I've seen those in several places, and then the Decisio. And these are not going to be those large heading broccolis. They'll make a nice head, but the thing I liked about these is they had a lot of offshoots that could be harvested. And that's one of the reasons I chose these 2, is because, I mean, if you get wasn't a large head and you have a head of broccoli, you harvest it, you're done pretty much. You got to cook it, freeze it, can it, whatever you're going to do with it. As where this one here, especially if you like to eat it raw, which I don't mind doing. I actually like this in a salad. could cut the spears off. And then with the two harvest dates, the Waltham is at a 90-day, the Decisio is at a 70-day, 75-day harvest date. So it would kind of space things out a little bit. So we'll plant some here. We'll probably plant some of these up at the Mississippi property as well. One of my favorite veggies, cabbage.
I like it once a year.
This is all season, so we're gonna have this all year. See, it says all season. It's not all
Maybe
season.
twice a year.
Okay. So all seasons cabbage. I do like cabbage. Cook. I like coleslaw. She's not real.
Coleslaw once or twice a year.
I didn't buy any red cabbage seeds. So if we do coleslaw, we could do sauerkraut.
I like it in soups.
Sauerkraut?
No, cabbage.
Oh, cabbage. Yeah, cabbage is okay in soups.
There's a Weight Watcher soup with cabbage in it. It's really good.
Yeah, actually, that was a pretty
It was a
decent
good soup. Yeah.
Okay, then Millie has really got into pickling and canning.
I am
She's
trying.
to.
I am not very good. Like I mean, I'm successful in the canning part. I'm not successful in gathering enough vegetables to can.
Well, that's why we got to
Or-
plant multiples
Right.
instead of one
Or
or two plants or
in
something.
packing. Like I haven't quite got down how much of a vegetable to put in the jar. But anyway, at least I'm learning the canning part. So everything has stayed safe. It's just that I wish I had put more in it, in the jars. So we're working on it.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
All right. One of the let's see.
Oh, we canned the white cucumbers from the Mississippi Ponderosa. If you watched the Mississippi Ponderosa's YouTube videos about their white cucumbers, we canned those.
Yeah, if y'all get a chance, please go over check my brother's video channel out.
Because we
YouTube
plant
channel.
with him up in Mississippi.
Yeah, it's
So
called
we kinda-
Mississippi Ponderosa. Now I'm going to tell you this, he's a little off, but
He's fun. He's fun.
he's
He
fun.
and his daughter, they do a great job.
Yeah, they do. And so you'll see, if you've watched our Shabin videos, it's the same place, but he's usually focused on his trailer that got destroyed by the tornado. And so we go up there and
We help each
them.
other
Yeah,
out.
we help them. They help us.
And so we're really into the planting, and he's planting too. He started his seeds already.
And a guy that doesn't eat vegetables
Well,
at all, or
that's
fruit.
But
No,
his wife and his daughter do.
but he plants it.
But he likes the odd things, and so
Yeah.
his plants will be a little bit more. It'll be different than ours, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this is one that I don't think we're going to plant until spring. Onion. And the reason I wanted to plant these is this is a Texas Early Grana, which is actually a sweet onion. There's a particular onion called the Vidalia. Also, they have Walla Walla onions, which are sweet also. This is a sweet onion. They're all Granix hybrids. If you grow them in soil without sulfur, they don't hurt your eyes when you cut them, because those sulfur compounds to get mixed with your tears make sulfuric acid. Also is that they're sweet. They're delicious.
So if you don't put sulfur in the soil, will it affect the flavor other than the sweetness? Will it not be oniony?
No, it'll still be oniony. It just won't have the sulfur compounds in there to affect your eyes.
Okay.
Now, one thing I do need to kind of research a little bit, but I don't think that's a problem, is if lack of sulfur in the soil is going to be a deterrent to growth. But we don't really have sulfur in the soil here. But even though I'm going to put these in raised beds, and I'm not adding any sulfur in them to try and make sure that whatever I do add into the mixed bed is sulfur free. Okay. Then, so Missy's our daughter. So Millie can practice. I got a couple of cucumbers. Homemade pickles, so she can make homemade pickles. I love sweet pickles. And Rhenish pickles, or Rhinish. I'm not sure how would you say that. Rhinish or Rhinish? Rhinish?
I'd say Rhinish.
Rhinish, yeah, like rhino. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with rhino, or Rhinish. Rhino pickles, some rhino pickles.
Rhinish pickles.
So we will plant these. We had planted 2 cucumber plants this past spring.
No, we got one.
Got 1 cucumber. No, we only planted one cucumber plant.
One
Two-
cucumber
there's
plant,
bean
One
plants.
cucumber, and then something ate it,
Yeah, I mean, just like
decimated it.
walked out one morning and then the whole thing
Gone.
was gone. So we're gonna plant these, and
We're gonna plant some of those up in Mississippi too,
Yeah,
because
these do well in
the white
Mississippi.
ones that Mississippi Ponderosa planted, Brian and Cam, they did great. So,
Yeah.
so we have to plant some up there too.
yeah,
Okay,
so that's that.
last row.
Last row. We tried planting green beans.
Something ate them.
Yeah. Had one plant that actually fought through, and man,
Came
got on the
back.
fence. Yeah, made this great. It was a rocky thing. Kind of came back.
We have the song playing in the background. Do. I can't do it.
Dun, 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 dun,
No,
dun,
don't do that. Whoa.
Okay. Anyway, so we have this. What was it? A bean plant.
No, beans.
Real bad. Green bean plant.
Green beans.
Growing on our fence between our house and the neighbor's house, and I saw flowers on it.
Tons of
and I was like,
flowers.
"Woo,
After the comeback.
green beans."
Tons of flowers.
We love green beans. We love to eat green beans. And like Millie can can some of these and practice her canning and all of that. And I don't think we got a green bean off
No.
of it.
So I don't know. We think maybe slugs came and ate the flowers before they could form into the green beans.
Or it ate
Or-
the leaves and caused the flowers to fall.
I don't know.
So what I did is I got these bush beans. They were pretty highly rated on the website. So
Oh, and just to add in, our beans, we did plant a few plants up in Mississippi and we got green beans from there. Not enough to can or anything.
yeah,
But enough that we made green beans 1 or 2 nights. So we did get green beans. And we're not up in Mississippi every week. So
No.
anything we plant there, we have to share with whatever comes in and eats them. We planted snow peas up there too, and they grew. I think they were growing well, but we lost them. By the time we missed about a month,
yeah. And I think they were
Because of
susceptible
some
to heat. It
reasons.
just got
Yeah.
really hot.
and so
on
they
us.
might have produced, and we just didn't catch it.
Yeah. So we'll probably plant some of these up there. We'll plant some here. These I need to plant with like the tomatoes would be good because it'll actually afford them some shade. They don't really like a lot of sun.
Well, why don't we do them in the raised beds in the shadier side of the yard?
We might do that. Then this was one of my favorite meals when I was growing up. My dad knew a guy that he worked with a guy that also farmed on the side, and we used to go up there and pick purple hull peas on his property. And my mom and I would sit there and watch TV and shell purple hull peas. I remember doing it as a kid. And then she would make a big pot of these, and it's basically a field pea or cow pea. These are called Mississippi purple. If you've never tried a field pea or a cow pea, this one here is absolutely delicious. You can get a pod, 6, 8 inches long, 10 inches long, something like that. I think these are 6 or 8 inches. And once they get this kind of reddish purple color, they're ready to be picked and shelled. And these were actually bred by Mississippi Agriculture and Forestry Station. And they've been around since 1976.
Since we graduated from high school.
No,
elementary
grammar
school.
Yeah,
Elementary school.
elementary, yeah, no, not high school.
Elementary school.
We're old enough as it is. Don't make us older than what we is.
Okay.
And then, last but not least, one of my favorites, sweet corn.
Now are we planting that in the fall? Or are we saving that for the spring?
I'm gonna plant a few
Just to see
stalks
what
just to see
happens?
what happens. See if how it does. sweet corn. It's called Sunshine. I think this is a bicolor, meaning it has white and yellow kernels. And fresh corn, just taken off and then cut and then cooked and stewed or made
I think that should be one of your next
a makshu.
cooking videos is making makshu.
Some makshu, yeah, makshu, or even some stewed corn like I made the other day.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, so that's definitely gonna be a thing. So I'm just curious to see how these do here. So I'm gonna probably plant about maybe 6 stalks. You get 2 ears per stalk, it'll be a dozen ears of corn. So it'll be definitely something to do with 75 days. And again, we have our first frost date according to the Department of Ag is December 12th. Okay, I'm not sure how many days that is out. Not right now.
I don't know.
But honestly, you know, other than that one freak year when we had snow at Christmas, our winter is the second week in February. Just that week.
Sometimes the beginning of January.
Sometimes.
I mean, I remember going back to work after the Christmas break and it being really cold. So, for a day or two.
For a day or two.
That's it. So we'll see. We'll see how this
We'll
goes.
see. You know, it's you know, it's kind of a little gamble planting. You know, at this time of the year, especially anything that's a long crop. This is actually a short harvest on these. This is 75 days. I've seen them like 115, 120 days. And these are kind of short too. They're only a 5.5 foot tall stalk. I remember when I was pick corn as a kid in the country, stalks were over your head, you know, so you would go in and break the ears. One thing, if you ever grow corn, it is wind pollinated. The tassels at the top drop pollen onto the silks on the ear. So if you live in an area that doesn't get a lot of wind, or if they're kind of blocked, if you're growing them in your yard, usually if you're growing out in the field, it's no problem. If you're growing in your yard, shake your corn stalk. Shake your corn stalk. And that actually will cause some of the pollen to fall onto the silks, because each one of those silks goes to an individual corn kernel on that top. And so if you don't get good pollination, that's why if you rip open a corn and you're missing, you know, kernels in that cob, that means that you didn't have pollen fall on one of those silks and make it down there.
That's good to know.
So
Shake your corn stalk.
shake your corn stalk.
Alright.
All right, now we have to,
Well, I think that'll be for
we'll do a separate video.
our next video.
We're going to go and mix up some seed mix, my special seed mix, which isn't really that special. It's pretty easy to make.
But we'll talk about that on the
We'll
next
talk about that on the next video.
Yeah. So
So,
thanks for hanging with us and seeing what seeds we're getting ready to plant. And if you enjoy our videos on tiny houses and Cajun cooking and trying to plant in an urban garden, then please like our videos and subscribe to our channel so that we can get more videos out.
Yeah, and share with your friends. You know, if you think they'll like it, that will definitely be a help to us.
And any advice you have for us as far as planting, how to avoid these slugs, pests, anything
Yeah, I heard
like
copper is supposed to be good for slugs. Anybody done that before?
that. I don't know. And
I'm
we're
about to go
thinking,
find some pre-1983 pennies and put them in the planters to keep the slugs out.
and we're thinking maybe some cattle panels to raise things up a little bit. Maybe that would keep some of our possums and raccoons.
Are you
from-
kidding? I got a picture of a possum on top of the shed.
Okay.
So
Okay,
anyway,
well, we need help with that. So
Yeah.
if you have any advice, please leave us comments. We love to read comments
please.
down below. We only get a few per video, but we really do love to read them. So leave us any comments you have.
Definitely. So thank you all for hanging out with us today and talking a little seeds and a little science. You know, a little science teacher. I'm always going to be there. So y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all on the next video.
Bye.